Taiwo will provide details of how Favour Dele Oladele was allegedly killed by her boyfriend with his mother and the prophet as major accomplices. He will be telling us what they did with her cups and the motive behind the deed. In her short life as a theatre art student at the Lagos State University, 22-year-old Favour Dele Oladele must at different points in time auditioned for various roles preparatory to her dreamed world, who knows, as a star later in life. Young Favour was, however, handed a role that she did not audition for when she was cast as a victim in a horror movie scripted by her boyfriend, 23 years old Olabi Adiako, his mother Bola Adiako, and a professed man of God, Prophet Segun Phillips. She reportedly left her flat 12, Mercy Estate, Mowe, Ogun State, for Ikoyile via Ikire in Osun State to answer a romantic call from Olabi, her boyfriend of just 2 months, without any premonition.
I called her on the 8th. Okay. She come and meet me at Ikoyile that I'm there. Then she said, how will she get there? And I explained to her on how she will get there.
That journey later proved fatal for Favour, as Olabi, acting under the instruction of Prophet Phillips, the shepherd of Chapel of Solution, Cherubim and Seraphim in Ikire, killed Favour with a mortar pestle.
It was me and Olusegun that we knew that we are about using human being for whatever we want to do. And I lied to her that she needs to meet one of my dad's elder brother. We met Olusegun at the front of the church. We sat with him and she kept complaining that she's tired. Then Olusegun asked me to go and get a cloth for her to relax. Then I get to know that she has slept. So I hit mortar pistol on her head.
We are now take a knife to slot the one that we need from the body of the lady. Head, breast, and 2 hands, and heart. After that, we are turning to powder. So when we turn it to powder, we use one for the confusion, which we use the heart and the part of the meat from the sheep that we kill. So we take it to confusion to her mother.
I did not deny the fact that I went to Pastor Segun Phillips' church for spiritual solution. From that sheepo that they kill, that they will use the meat to make concussion for me to eat. That was what they told me. And in the night, that same night of the day we killed the sheep, that was when they made the concussion and gave me.
The distraught father of the deceased, Dele Oladele, was among the witnesses when the suspects were paraded by police at the State Command Headquarters, Elewe in Abeokuta.
What she actually told us that day was that she was returning back to school to prepare for an examination. She should be sitting for her final examination that week, and that she's going to join a group to do group studies and reviews, and it was in that process that somebody called her. Favour happens to be a golden girl to the family. We waited for some years before having her, and when one is envisaging that within the next few months you'll be going for a youth call, and you start celebrating that you have a graduate in your house, a woman, some people conspire to kill her.
Ogun State Commissioner of Police Kenneth Abramson, who disclosed that police trailed the suspect via the phone of the victim, described the act as sheer wickedness.
This is a gory tale, and it has become instructive for us to appeal to parents to be vigilant and provide the psychological makeup of friends of their wards.
Favour Dele's gruesome killing resonates with a similar crime involving 7-year-old Abdulmalik Musa, who was abducted and later murdered by his uncles in Sabo area of Abeokuta.
They are still with our legal section, and as soon as the court resumes, we are going to arraign them.
As record of crime in Ogun State goes for year 2019, the gruesome killing of Favour and Abdulmalik appear to be the most odd, although they are already unraveled by the police. for cracking that gruesome case. The suspects will surely have their day in court. The next story is a sad one. It's about a family in mourning after a member who was 8 months pregnant died from snake bites. Zainab Aliyu was 25 years old, and the incident occurred at her residence in Kinkuku area of Kaduna metropolis. Mohammed Umaru Ajingi, who visited the community, reports that mourners are devastated by the calamity.
This is not the first time residents of this community are seeing snakes in their houses, but no single case of death recorded until now. Aliu Ahmad is still in shock of the death of his 25-year-old wife. Zainab was in the toilet when she felt a snake bite. The husband, who shows us where it happened, says she died shortly after taken to the hospital.
Then in the morning, she called me around 7 o'clock. She was crying that a snake bit her while she was trying to ease herself in the toilet. And I was like, how come? Where is the snake coming from? She said she couldn't see it. Because where the snake is hiding, there's no way anybody would see it. But she was like very sure that it was a snake. And the place is hurting. Because at my own official hospital, it's a bit far. So I have to take the first aid. I mean, maybe just go to the closest, because we're dealing with snake bite here. So we went to the second hospital, and they don't have antivenom.
This snake that kills Zainab is one of the most poisonous often found in the river. Experts says it is a river snake. It is suspected it is from this river behind the houses. Haruna Rashid is a resident of this community. He says for the past 3 months, 5 cases of snake bites were recorded.
Apart from other ones that were killed at different locations. So even in my house at the time, there's a day they killed snake inside the house.
Umar Abdullahi Mukhtari is a medical doctor.
If a person is bitten by a snake bite, it is very advisable for the relatives to bring along the snake if possible, if it was killed. Because if the type of snake is brought to the hospital, it will be easier for the doctor to recognize the species of the snake and administer the appropriate antivenom. So, but in a case where they brought a patient, there is no any description of the type of snake that has bitten the patient. So in such situations, only polyvalent can be given. And the polyvalent has limited coverage of types of snake bites that it can treat.
Let Zainab was looking forward to delivery in the next 1 month, but her dream was cut short by this poisonous snake. Residents of this community are still in fear because they don't know who is the next victim.
That ends to a young life. May God comfort that family. Now, domestic accidents are common. They range from minor cuts to major falls and even tragic electrocutions. Let's not forget varying degrees of burns that occur mostly in the kitchen. But the fact is that they can be avoided if people take precautionary measures. Talking specifically, do you know that domestic gas explosion will not occur if users understand and follow the rules that come with installation and handling? There's a lot I learned while putting this together, and it could help prevent a possible calamity. This CCTV footage captures 2 young ladies busy in the kitchen. Suddenly, there is an explosion. The impact throws them off like ragged dolls. They instinctively jump up and scamper to safety. Fortunately, they survive what could have been a calamity. This shocking scenario has played out in many settings. Some victims do not live to tell the story, while others have scars to show for the experience. The incidence of domestic gas explosion is quite common in Nigeria, especially now when more people are adopting the use of gas cookers against kerosene stove.
Kerosene, you'll be wasting my money too much. So if I buy a gas, like 1 week or 1 month, less than 1 month, so I'll now use my thing.
I prefer gas, but I use the both of them mostly.
It's more efficient and durable than stove.
Unlike kerosene stove, a small technical error in a domestic gas cooker or cylinder, more often than not, could cause a major blowout. Thankfully, mishaps can be avoided if the user follows precautionary rules from the point of purchase.
I can do. Better you look for professionals, those who know how to fix it. Better today we install gas through with pipes where riot cannot go and cut the hose, from outside, so you can have a kind of safety.
They let it expire date and everything involved.
In terms of durability, buyers must be wary of some brands of cylinders. Findings have shown that some do not meet the required standards.
But this day, what they bring in China, you can see the iron. On arrival, you see that they have been roasted, So we see that those ones cannot last. But they're good ones.
After installation, the user must be very sensitive in the kitchen environment. Technicians insist that there are always telltale signs of imminent danger.
So say there's gas. Once gas having a leakage, it must give you a scent. That one has show banker. Gas didn't hide the scent for house. Once you put it on, you hear the scent. You know that there's a leakage. Because once you're on the gas, it begin to burn. You need to hear leakage. There's no leakage on it. But once there's a leakage, that means something is wrong for the hose or the way they connect it, or the valve. There's a small rubber with the inside the valve. You change the rubber. Another
measure to avoid domestic gas explosion is sighting the cylinder far from the cooker.
It's better you keep your cylinder away from the building, that is away from the kitchen, maybe at the back of your building, outside.
There are issues users tend to take for granted.
And gas not meant for careless people. Gas meant for intelligent people. Once you see any mistake, you know that there's a mistake for the gas. You call the people with the survey know the value and people know how to use it. And so they will tell you the difference.
With all safety rules in motion, a domestic fire extinguisher is required in every home or setting where there is a kitchen. If all else fails, it could contain a disaster. Yes, when it comes to domestic gas, caution is the word. Now to festivities. For some communities and kingdoms, the new year is about Thanksgiving for the successes recorded the previous year. So it was in Ogali clan of Eleme River State. The 2019 end-of-year celebration was a fun fest. Chidimma Ndubisi brings us the rhythm and colors of the glorious day.
Vibes of joy and gladness there. It is a Thanksgiving event for a people grateful to God for His grace on their community in all fronts. At Ogale Eleme in Rivers State, this celebration is an annual festivity. Gorgeously dressed men and women gather at the town's square to make merry and celebrate. Here, the community takes stock of the outgoing year as they prepare for the new year in an atmosphere of reunion. As the symbol of their culture and tradition, these people take pride in their king, the Egbere Okori and One Eta Ogale Eleme, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu, whom they see as a human rights activist and peace ambassador whose selfless values, they say, are exhibited in his support for all natives, especially farmers, traders, and students.
Their peace and comfort of the people. Even during the New Yam Festival called Abuja, our lost culture was restored, especially that day of the women, called Adoko, Agbokokumba. This is the reason why we, the Ogale women, have given him this title, Emere.
As it's with occasions such as this, blessings flowed freely from the king to his people.
Jesus Christ.
For the Ogale people, a favorable new year is guaranteed, with the blessings pronounced from the paramount ruler of Ukuri and Ogale Eleme, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu.
Yelame people have done well again. And moving on, it's a new year and some people already have plans to change certain aspects of their lives. It's instinctive for many to have aspirations and even tall dreams. This is mostly why resolutions are made with determination. Now, Annie Daniels, who, by the way, has personal targets to meet in 2020, quizzed a cross-section of Nigerians why they believe or doubt that New Year resolutions could guide them towards becoming better versions of themselves.
In the course of my interaction with people over the years, especially towards the end of the year, I've come to realize that New Year resolutions is gradually becoming a ritual. Another year is here. So I went round town to know if Nigerians are making or have made New Year resolutions.
I really don't make New Year resolutions every year. I know a lot of people that make resolutions at the beginning of the year and they don't really follow through with it.
2020, no more insult, no more craziness around me.
I was not drinking. I was not smoking.
I'll change the way I do because I used to play, I used to fight sometimes, but I'll change everything.
I won't keep malice because sometimes, when people offend me, I keep it to heart.
Some say they make resolutions to help them achieve their set goals for the new year. And for others, it is to tame their excesses.
I get angry, a little things make you get angry, but I think this year I need to change. I need to change so that people will get a good example from me.
I dropped that humanizing heart a long time ago because it was really giving me some really harsh problem in my family, But for parties, I think this time around I have to kind of reduce or kind of limit the rate of parties.
So I ask, how do they intend to achieve this?
So pray, fast, call my God, shout, cry.
I just have to be patient and also not react quickly.
These respondents bear it all.
We are not honest and we are not good citizens. When they say change begins with me, how many of us have really changed? We say it, we play this service to a lot of things that will promise resolutions beginning of the year, but we just find ourselves deviating, sliding back to the old ways because we are not honest. We are not focused.
You try to weigh the merit and the demerit and see if that art is really giving you what you want in life, And life is all about choices,
No more womanizing, gossiping, immorality. It is time to be serious with God. Yes, it is possible only if one is disciplined. And as for me, I do not make New Year resolutions. Not at all. I only surround myself with positive people, live a guilt-free life, and work very hard. Yes, hard work sure pays.
And to all of you watching, whatever you wish for, as long as it's legit, I say Godspeed. Time for a break. Newsline returns after these messages. It was an explosive moment of excitement after the stroke of midnight, January 1, 2020, when the first babies were born at the Lagos Island Maternity Hospital in Lagos. Tunde Saike reports that Vitafoam Nigeria PLC presented gifts to the new year babies and some medical equipment to the hospital.
Vitafoam Nigerian PLC, manufacturer of high-quality foams and mattresses, has over the years classified itself with comfort and durability. The company, in furtherance of its corporate social responsibility, identifies with the first babies of the year, and this year is no exception. The first baby of the year at the Lagos Island Maternity Hospital, who was delivered to the family of Abuja and Mary Momo just some few minutes into the new year, weighed 2.6 kilograms, with both baby and mother in good condition. Also, the second baby was delivered at 12:14 a.m. and weighed 2.5 kilograms. to the family of Lajide and Temitope Ayongbola, and the third to the family of Mukaila and Olatonwa Razak.
This is my first baby, and God also made it to be a first baby of the year. I'm speechless either. I'm so excited.
I don't think I will be alive today because of throughout the pregnancy, I'm on sick bed throughout. But I thank God for God that God saved me alive.
Commercial Director of Vitafoam, Shola Owade, promised that the gesture will be sustained.
It's our policy to support government in whichever way we can, and we have chosen the healthcare among other areas to support government. So we will continue to be here every year to show to the people that we care and offer our little support to them.
The hospital's medical director, Dr. Olufemi Omololu, said the medical facility with the state-of-the-art equipment will not relent in its quality service delivery.
They come and celebrate the baby of the year, but they also came to celebrate the members of staff. Sometimes members of staff get forgotten and babies don't just come out themselves. And the members of staff of Island Maternity work very hard and diligently to try and make sure that women are delivered safely. Indeed, our mantra is that to deliver future leaders safely. And it's very heartwarming to receive this gift from Vitafoam.
Some medical staff of the hospital also benefited from the Vitafoam like this.
Thanks to Vitafoam for the red carpet welcome to the New Year babies. Nigeria's foremost juju musician King Sunny Ade was guest at the home of Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed. Anthony Forsen tells us why the juju maestro went visiting.
This residence, located on Isaac Jones Street, has among the residents a 9-year-old Timidara Onafuye. She is one of Information and Culture Minister's grandchildren on vacation. Among her many dreams is to meet her musical idol, King Sunny Ade. Like using the magic wand, Sunny Ade appeared.
Thank you very much, sir.
Every time she hears she's able to distinguish your voice from any other artist. Yes. Even she doesn't know the song, she says, "Oh, that's Sunny Ade playing." I said, "Yes."
Let me start from thanking Almighty God for allowing us to meet.
The 9-year-old primary school pupil wasted no time in engaging King Sunny Ade in an interview session while the minister and other family members watched.
That your real name is Chief Sunday Adeniyi Adegeye, and you're born on the 22nd of September 1946. And you're 73 years old, born in Ondo State of Nigeria. And then these are my questions. How long do you practice for before every show?
Well, when I say almost 2 days we do that, we have always on the practice level, because the band, with my band, we're more or less like a family. We play nearly every day.
How many shows have you performed in?
How many shows? Well, I wouldn't be able to answer that correctly simply because I have an office where you go and book the band.
How many instruments do you play?
How many what?
Instruments do you play?
Instruments. Well, I didn't play much, but I played about 3 or 4. Apart from singing, I play guitar.
With the session done with, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed explained how it all started.
The first day when Dara told me this, I think when I asked all of them, Dara said, King Sunny Ade. I said, "You therefore." That's exactly what I said. You know, the other thing you understand what it means. I don't know if you understood what it meant. Because it means that there's hope for our culture. There's hope for our people. And I must also thank the parents. Because if the parents who live in far away North Carolina. Music develops, becomes global. But one thing we must not lose is that belongs to us, our culture.
The king of Juju, on his part, assured Little Dara of a special recognition when next he is in the United States, where Dara resides, a special recognition during his performance.
Amazing child, watch out for her, and thanks to the minister for making it possible. Now, that's where sons and daughters from Uzuakoli of Bende local government area, Abia State, are calling for the preservation of Nigeria's cultural heritage for tourism purposes. They gave many reasons why this was needful at the biennial Ila Oso Festival, which has remained a unifying force for centuries. Chinyere Koli reports.
Every 2 years, the 5 villages that make up Uzuakoli Ancient Kingdom in Bende local government area of Abia State gather to participate in the age-long tradition, Iloso, where participants are dressed in special attire depending on their age grades. The ceremony, which dates back to 2 centuries, usually commences with a tour around the 5 villages with all sons and daughters of Uzuakoli, including children, moving and dancing in a procession hitting on a 2 dancing plant called Aja. Different dance groups and unusual dressing and hairdos add color to the ceremony. The festival, which is usually celebrated in the last week of December, involves every age groups in Uzuakoli, from the youngest to the oldest, who file past displaying various artistic dances, talents, and other achievements. Permanent Secretary Minister of Interior, Georgina Ehuria, who holds the traditional title of Odragozu, meaning the tail of a lion, participated in this year's festival and described it as a unifying factor in the community.
It is also a culture and tradition that we hold very dearly. We can never ever let it die.
In Iloso, in those days, is the best period to get a wife or a husband, because you see the women, the wedded dress, the young, from young to old.
According to the custodians of the tradition, the Iloso is not the actual war dance, but a festival which features age-long artifacts from past victories by their ancestors.
Soon after Iloso, young girls of Uzuakoli will get married. But young boys at the time of Iloso will come to choose the person they marry.
So today we are exhibiting the beautiful culture carnival of Uzuakoli.
The high point of the Iloso festival, which attracts a large number of spectators and tourists in this rice-producing area of Abia State, is usually the convergence of the Eni, the elephant, and the Agu, lion, between the 2 villages of Ozu and Amamba. And this usually ends in a crescendo, after which the lion disappears through a narrow entrance to reappear in another 2 years.
Still on cultural dues to showcase their rich cultural heritage and expose the young generation to the Efik tradition, members of the King Iyaba and Duke Town families celebrated the birthday of their patriarch in grand style. As part of activities for the centenary event was a competition by Ekpe masquerades from different lodges. Justina Etim captured the sights and sounds for Newsline.
Efik people in Cross River states are known to have a rich masquerade tradition, with the most revered being the Ekpe masquerade, said to have served before the colonial era as the instruments of governments to regulate affairs of the land by enforcing cultural values and norms. As the members of King Iyamba and Duketown families celebrate their patriarch, it is therefore not out of place to see them showcasing this part of their culture through different activities. First, Sons and daughters were initiated into the society, and a procession was undertaken round some points of the city, while the families were joined by affiliate Ekpe group from Ugep Ebrutu. The next day, the decorative fence housing the sun disk, known in the local parlance as the Itiarekbe Furiboku, was unveiled with a grand finale, a competition by Ekpe masquerades from different Ekpe shrines. Ability to interpret the coded sign language known as Nsibidi, skillful display of dance tapes mimicking the lion or leopard, and dexterity are criteria for choosing the winner. Some title holders in the Ekpe fraternity have this to say.
The Ekpe tradition taught me discipline, taught me about Christ. A lot of what you're seeing today is history. And I'm hoping that much of it will be recorded.
This is one event that has brought back the originality of the Efik.
So we have chosen December to teach them on the acts and practice of Ekpe religion.
At the end of the competition, the Ikoneto town emerged winner, while the first runner-up was Atakpa and Ugep Ebrutu came third.
I'm sure you enjoyed those masquerades in action. Now, it's a new year and most people hope and pray to have a prosperous 2020, but hardly anyone is bothered about sharing with the next person, whatever happens to being your brother's keeper. Well, Umo Basi added in this report examines why empathy is hard to come by these days, which incidentally was a theme of the just concluded Carnival Calabar.
The parade across the 12-kilometer carnival route was not just to display costumes or to catch fun, but it was to tell a story about humanity, a story to drum home the fact that we no longer care for our neighbors. So this is the time to have a rethink.
With increasing rates of crisis, interpersonal conflict, and lack of love amongst people, the theme humanity could not have come at a better time, as established by some participants.
Humanity is the essence of creation. If we don't observe humanity, its precepts, its tenates, and its consciousness, then we have no reason being in this world.
We need to care. As Africans, we want to show the world, arising from what cross-riverians are doing, we keep our shoulder for our brothers to lean on.
So imagine in this respect is ensuring that we have roads available for the people, we have all forms of infrastructure available for the people, and ensuring that they enjoy the essence of infrastructure and humanity.
Creating a society devoid of hate, corruption, racism, amongst others, is therefore a collective responsibility of all.
They promote humanity because they're from different castes, different religions, peoples around the world. I mean, they're coming from different parts of the world. So I think it's an amalgamation, and I should say, it's a lovely coordination of all types of peoples here. So I think it will promote definitely humanity.
Humanity in itself takes away color, takes away the barriers of race, takes away the barriers of ethnicity, takes away everything that disunites us. So we are clearly going to be emphasizing more on the things that unite us as a people, the things that bring us together as one world, one Nigeria, one ethnicity, one group.
Now, the Carnival Calabar 2019 may have come and gone, but the message remains, the message of humanity. Remember to show love. Always lend a helping hand to your brother.
Indeed, the theme of the last Carnival Calabar is apt. We must spread love and be our brother's keeper. Let's take another breather to enable us pay some bills. Stay with Newsline. Welcome back. It was a remarkable milestone for the family of Professor Umar Garuba Dambata, the Executive Vice Chairman, Nigerian Communications Commission, when 3 of his children Ibrahim, Musa, and Mubarak wedded last Saturday. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports that people from all walks of life trooped to the ancient city of Kano to witness the event.
Aero University Old Campus was full to capacity with friends, relatives, and well-wishers who came from far and near to rejoice with NCC boss for the wedding fatiha of his sons. Personalities in attendance include technocrats, traditional rulers, religious leaders, Director General of NTA, represented by the General Manager NTA Kano, business moguls, among others. Chief Imam of Bayero Jumaat Mosque, Sheikh Abu Bakr Jibril, led the wedding fatiha of Ibrahim and Aisha, Mus'ab and Saada, Mubarak and Nafisa, after the payment of 100,000 naira each bride price and the fulfillment of other rights by the groom's representatives. A befitting reception was organized to honor the couples. Representatives of the grooms and the brides were on hand with words of inspiration.
The icing of the cake of this success story by getting married. And that I'm witnessing this today, I think I owe a lot of gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for sparing my life to witness this development.
All the benefits of marriage can be achieved through patience. If we fail to do that, then definitely we will not get any of the benefits.
The important thing in a wedding is unity. Let them be unified. Once they are united together, they present a united front to the outside world. There is nothing that can disrupt the union.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. That is all what we can say.
They should never, ever go to bed with any problem. If they have issues, they should try and resolve it even before going to bed.
Conflicts arise. Let them not, unless it becomes necessary. Take each other seriously by involving a third party.
Marriage is nothing but understanding and patience. That's all. You understand each other, have patience with each other, know the do's and the don'ts, and you'll be all right.
Whatever they want to do in life, they should continue to be patient with each other. The love that brought them together, the love will continue to sustain them. They will make a very good home.
The couples also had this comment as they begin a new journey to matrimonial life.
I feel so happy seeing all my family around here, and I know it has always been our father's wish to see all of us have gotten married, and today is his legacy.
Thanks Almighty Allah for showing me to witness this day. I'm so much happy.
I'm very, very happy and excited with all that's going on here. I can see the faces of everybody here. They are happy and everything. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
All I can say is Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I'm very happy and excited.
The joyful moment of the union will for long be remembered by the two families.
Congratulations to the three couples. Now, a bond made in heaven best describes the marriage of two personnel of the NTA, Ibrahim Mohammed Saliu and Ramat Ibrahim Ladan, daughter of the Zonal Director, NTA Maiduguri Network Center, Ibrahim Ladan Yusuf. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun reports that members of the NTA family from far and near showed up in Kaduna to rejoice with their colleagues.
This matrimonial journey started a few years back when Ibrahim Mohammed Salihu, a staff of NTA Zaria, met his heartthrob Ramatu Ibrahim Ladan of NTA Kaduna Network Center and daughter of the Zonal Director NTA Maiduguri Network Center, Ibrahim Ladan Yusuf. Friends and family members, including creme de la creme of the Nigerian Television Authority, led by Director General Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, represented by the Executive Director Marketing Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, converged on the Sultan Bello Jumaat Mosque, Kaduna, to witness the marital rites. sealed with the payment of 50,000 naira dowry by representative of the groom Murtala Jibril Khalid to representative of the bride Usman Yusuf Ibrahim. Deputy Imam of Sultan Bello Jumaat Mosque Kaduna Abdullah Ali Abubakar acknowledged the union of the couple as husband and wife.
I'm excited. This is my first daughter, and graduated, working, and getting married. It's every cause to be happy. We wish them every success in their life.
We want them to live in peace and harmony. They should not hear hearsay. They should act based on the tenet of their religion.
They are going to a new life, so wish them a happy marriage life. They should have a trust in themselves as they started, and then they should have a fear of God in their heart.
With much to wine and dine, female guests and relations of the bride and the groom were treated to a variety of dishes at the Mother's Day, an event organized to usher in the new couple into matrimonial life.
She's a good person, she's a kind person, and she's very understanding.
She's a good person, very calm, gentle, and very caring. She should be patient. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless their marriage.
I know she's going to be a good wife to the husband, but my advice to them is that they should be patient with one another. Patient, patient, patient. And they should always share whatever comes between them. They should never allow a third party.
A marriage made in heaven. Happy married life to the bride and groom. Next up, for many years, Hausa music artist Hajiya Magajiya Dambata brought joy and merriment to fans with her exceptional talent. Sadly, along the line, she ran into bad times. In that dark period, she was forgotten and suffered untold hardship due to neglect. However, after a young journalist and activist reminded the public about Hajiya Magajiya, people are looking forward to the singer's big comeback. Abdullahi Mustafa has details.
For nearly 4 decades, Magajiya Dambata has been a key player in awareness creation on government policies and programs in northern Nigeria. She played vital roles in educating people at the grassroots on good moral values and child enrollment in schools, among others.
Her advocacy song in 1973 raised school enrollment in Kano State by more than 3,000 pupils.
For nearly 2 decades, this 82-year-old diva wasn't being heard, with many thinking that she has joined her ancestors. However, Magajiya Dambata, after disengaging from musical performance, remains in her village, Makuda, about 70 kilometers away from Kano City. More disturbing is that she lost her eyesight, lives in a dilapidated mud house, and begs for alms to survive. Her poor living condition was brought to public attention by an online journalist and activist, Jafar.
What do the village people have to beg from them? So it shows that she's living in abject condition, abject poverty.
He, alongside 2 others, initiated a crowdfunding which generated more than 5 million naira within a week.
And even last week we took her to hospital. We brought her from the village to Kano to see a consultant ophthalmologist who is expert in issues related to eye. So he's reviewing her condition and see what he could do to see that she regain her eyesight.
This changed her living and renewed her hope that the decades of labor for her country shall never be in vain.
They brought to me 2 cartons of spaghetti and macaroni each, 1 bag of rice, 6 brand new wrappers, 6 ready-made clothing, and 8 pairs of shoes.
Her relations are equally happy with the development.
Allah the Almighty is the one who tries his servant, and it is he who brings succor.
We are grateful to Allah and to the person who initiated this support.
While plans are on to purchase or build a befitting accommodation for the octogenarian, Jafar and his friends are still arranging another upkeep package.
We'll buy more for her so that she will live in good condition as a reward for her contribution to the development of education, which are all benefiting today.
Not only Magaji Adambata, he suggests such support should be rendered to everyone who made sacrifice towards nation building.
I just love a comeback story. We are rooting for Hajia Magajia. We wish her the best. As it is the tradition, every year, Tarok sons and daughters from within and across Plateau State gather in their thousands to celebrate the Tarok Cultural Day. Kemereng Keneng Ladoja captured the intriguing highlights in Lantang North for Newsline.
The 2019 Tarok Cultural Carnival drew Tarok sons and daughters from within and outside the country to celebrate their vibrant and captivating cultural heritage with the aim of bequeathing their values and traditions to the next generation. The March Past captured different groups as they showcased the elegance of the Tarok woman, the combat readiness and warrior spirit in the men, and the different masquerades who moved to the irresistible rhythm of drums and flutes.
As soon as possible
Of course, the carnival would have been incomplete without the feud dance of the Tarok people, led by the former Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Solomon Dalong, who is also the convener of the carnival.
Both men and women are part of this heroic event.
We must begin to recognize that we are diverse people with diverse culture. And all these cultures have consensus. If you look at some of the things we do, if you move to the Yoruba, you will discover that there are some level of consensus in what we do. If you move to the East, you will have it. So, evolutionary, this culture will keep growing and they will form a dynamic consensus where we'll pick a direction.
Many of the challenges confronting our communities and by extension the nation today are traceable to the fact that critical cultural values of integrity, hard work, honesty, and respect have been eroded and completely abandoned by our teeming youths today.
For the organizers of the carnival, their ambition is to have the Tarok culture spread far and wide, as well as bring about development, not just in Tarok land, but the whole of Nigeria.
People that they forget their culture, they are blind. They don't know what they are doing because, number one, culture develops you. Number two, culture gives you knowledge. Number three, culture enhances you, who you are, and then create what we call opportunity.
The strength and humility of the Tarok woman was in display as the rich, nutritious food of the Tarok people, such as Aku, Aturet, and Anjol, was on display and served to dignitaries.
Now it has been boiled, it can be eaten like this.
This is the 8th edition of the Tarok Cultural Carnival.
Long cultural events. Do you know it's possible to be part of an age-long festival without being physically present? Well, if you're in doubt, watch how sons and daughters of an ancient kingdom in River State pulled it off. Emmanuel Lene reports.
Opobo is a riverine community in River State. It is synonymous with the Mountain Festival displayed every first week of January, a traditional religious ritual that climaxes activities that mark the end of year and the beginning of the new year, characterized by traditional dances performed by various cultural groups dressed in colorful attires, among other traditional displays. The appearance and display of the Nwautam masquerade on the rooftop brings together thousands of indigenous and non-indigenous to behold the performance.
Most of Carnival started from the contact between our people and natives of Ndoki territory, where our grandfathers traded. They have improved on it, and basically what it is today, there's no other place in Nigeria or outside the world where Watam is danced the way it is done here.
This year's Watam Festival is well organized. You can see them very colorful in their different groups.
When the rains have ceased, around August, our people do the woman's masquerade and so on. But in December, they try to intervene themselves with this Watam. Initially, it started like an 8th grade dance, make all the noise just to warm up the place.
This carnival is almost the heart of Opobo Kingdom, because you can see that it's a carnival that brings together every member of this community, including friends of the communities.
In fact, if you're an Opobo son or daughter in diaspora, at this time, if you're not coming home, you'll be very restless. In fact, you'll be hearing the drum in your room.
Traceable to the Indokis in present-day Abuja State, the Nwautam, which started in early 20th century, has been modified to serve as a rallying point for Opobo sons and daughters.
It was fun to watch. I'm sure you were entertained. It's time for our last break. Stay tuned.